Well, Lewis Central wins big here tonight, 70-22 over Carlisle. We're now with running back Jonathan Humpel, over 100 yards in the first half for you. What was working for you tonight?
I'm just going to give it to my own line. They did a great job up front blocking for me and giving me the holes to be able to run through and score, put some points on the board.
Sure, and obviously, the depth really showed up on the team tonight. Obviously, you guys set out for most of the half. What can you say about your guys behind you in the lineup right now?
I practice and they get their names called. They're ready to get in and show the coaches what they can do. So yeah, they're putting the work in always.
Sure, and after a tough loss last week against Harlan, how does it feel to finally get in the win column this season?
It feels great. It feels great. Back to what we're made for, winning.
Sure, and I know obviously it's pretty hard to nitpick when you get a win like this. But if there's anything that you think you guys can improve upon, what would it be?
I'd say our focus a little off. I think, but we can get that up a little bit.
Carlisle will now with quarterback Braylon Camrad. Braylon, what can you tell us? Just your thoughts on the win tonight after a tough loss last week. You guys were able to get in the win column tonight.
It was a good game tonight. We knew I had to come out and score right off the bat, and we just had to keep going. Last week we were going to get drives late, so we had to finish it off today.
Sure, and also obviously offense picked up real quickly there in the first quarter. What was working for you guys tonight?
Just they're playing off tonight, so we just hit those quick routes, and then they started opening up deep routes. So and our running game was just incredible tonight. So.
Sure, and also obviously Braden Lofton, your connection was working with him tonight. How big has it been to have a guy like him for you to throw the ball to?
It's huge. It's huge. Having that big of a target and can make plays like that is just incredible.
Sure, and also obviously a great first half for you, but the rest of your team showed up in the rest of the half. What can you say about the depth on your team right now?
Our depth is amazing. We got a big offensive line. We got one of the best second teams in the state. For sure.
Awesome. We're here now with head coach Justin Camrad. Justin, what can you tell us? Overall thoughts on the win for you guys tonight?
It definitely was a great game for our guys to bounce back from last week. Tough heartbreaker. These guys were pushed all week in practice. They were challenged all week to get better, and obviously the result of the field and on the scoreboard, they were able to do that, and just really proud of how they responded and the grit and toughness that they showed.
Sure, and obviously offense was the name of the game for you guys tonight. Braylon Camrad, obviously a big night in the first half, also Jonathan Humpel. What can you say about their performances tonight?
Obviously it's really good to have those two guys back there, but it doesn't happen without the other guys, the offensive linemen and the other receivers. To be able to spread the ball around, to be able to execute and do a lot of things. They both obviously did a really good job, but I have to give credit to those guys that play the offensive line, because it takes a special person to play that, and they did a great job all night long.
Sure, obviously. What was working for you guys tonight? How were you guys able to put up 70 points?
I think we were just able to mix it up a lot, get a lot of different guys involved in the game, spread it around, try to keep them off balance with what we were trying to do. They obviously made some plays and gave us some trouble that we got to correct, we got to get better at. So offensively, we did some really, really good things.
Sure, and obviously I know it can be hard to nitpick in a win like this, but if there was anything you think you guys can improve upon, what would it be?
Overall, our special teams, struggled tonight. We had several big returns. They had one down to about the 8-yard line and didn't play great there. And our guys got to understand that that's a big part of football. And we got to address that and get back at to it. And overall, tackling was okay. Our pass protection wasn't great. So there's obviously areas to get better at.
Sure, and defensively, only 22 points allowed tonight. Who were some of your standouts defensively tonight?
Our defensive line did a fabulous job, but I think Wire Hatcher was flying around the football field tonight. He plays with a high motor. He's everywhere. He sees the ball really well, does a fabulous job, and we really rallied to the football, which is good, and I'm excited about those guys. But Wyatt had a fabulous game tonight.
Sure, and obviously mentioned Wyatt, also Hunter Deo, a couple of guys that have a lot of D1 interest right now. How big has it been to have those guys on your defense?
Obviously great players, and they do a fabulous job, and they do a good job of leading our guys and showing them how to play and how to work and that kind of stuff. And so obviously Hunter's a 4-year starter for us, so he's been in big games. He understands big games, and so he's able to, when he wants to, take over a game.
Sure, and also you mentioned obviously a lot of guys getting involved tonight. A lot of guys maybe now don't get as much snaps. What can you say about the depth of your lineup right now?
Obviously, with the amount of guys that we have, we're able to play a lot of people, which is good. And they performed well. Obviously, there's some things that they need to work on, but, they get just as much practice time as the rest of our guys. And so for them to be able to get in some varsity game underneath the lights is big for us.
All right, Coach. Well, congrats on the win, and best of luck with the rest of the season.